Welcome back, everybody. So today we're doing, well, Annabelle is doing the servicing on the augers. She's doing the oil and oil filter, checking the tyres, everything like that. This morning I've already washed out the Freightliner down there. So I've already washed out the spray tanker, because that's going to be filled with fresh water probably Sunday or Monday, so that we can fill up my tank at my new house. And I've also dropped the fire unit down there, so that's there for the plumber and the brickie. Henry and I have lost some sweat and tears lifting a very heavy fireplace into the house. And then Henry's now just finished up cleaning his boom spray. I'm just going to assume the oil's good. Can't exactly get in there. Right, so I can't get into the engine bay because it's too close to the shed. So Henry and I are going to work on the headers today. We're going to, what do we need to do? We need to change the flags up the top, put the new flags on. We need to calibrate the terminators, because we've had some new wires and things put in on them, so we need to make sure that they're all calibrated. Doing that means we need to run the machine up, so we're going to run the machine up anyway, just to make sure that everything's all good. There's no knocks and bangs and crashes. Shouldn't be, because this has all been serviced by AFGRI, so they did all the oil, the water, well, not the water, all the belts, and they just go through and they do the big service, so it's all done. That's why I'm pretty confident the oil's going to be fine. We've got a screen update that needs doing on the headers, so we'll do that. And we're going to have a look at the yield loss monitor, grain loss monitor on the back of the headers here, where the terminators are. We're going to have a look at that and see if we can adjust them to get it so we can read it a bit more accurate. It wasn't very good the way that they are, so we're going to check that. So we've got the Terminator screen here. It's coming out with some errors at the moment. It's coming out with errors because for some reason AFGRI have unplugged the plug for it, and actually in Henry's header it wasn't even on, so we've got to figure that out. But yeah, we've also got to sort toolboxes out for the headers, probably maybe today or next week we'll do that. So we've got the toolboxes in here, and all the spare parts that the guys sort of use. GPS hats, they need to go on. Agri-Track screens need to go in. So yeah, just a few things need to happen. Out of the shed, Henry's now firing up the FAC, and he's going to park it away, and then he's going to run over here and get into his header. You can see the smile on his face when he was seeing me reverse out. Everyone loves harvest time. Harvest time's the best. So this is beeping at me. I don't know why. But we're going to run this software update because I can't actually get to anything behind it. So we're going to do this. Yes. 20 minutes. Alright, I'm going to turn this off and then just have the key on accessories to do this, because I don't want to run this thing for 20 minutes. Alrighty, let's run this. Install software. Turn engine off and key on. Yep. And now it's going to do that. Right, well Henry's going to pull his out and then we'll do that. And I'm going to go grab some flags and we'll install them while we're waiting for all this. We've got to put a belt on Henry's. Obviously all our doors are still open. We've got to close all them, make sure that all those bolts are tight. And actually one cool thing that we got put onto the headers this year, they were meant to be last year, but the John Deere couldn't get any, so we've got the cameras on this year, so we've got that Harvest Smart or Combine Advisor, or I don't know what they call it. So we've got that on there, so that's got the cameras looking at your sample, and it changes the sieves, the rotor, the fan, the concave, changes all that on the fly so that you're getting the best possible sample that you can. So yeah, we're excited to have that this year. So yeah, I'm honestly really excited for it. So we'll see how we go. Yeah, always exciting when it's when you get the headers out of the shed, get a smile on your face, and you know, oh yep, harvest is coming. Time for the most important part of the whole day. Who washed these headers? Look at this. Look at that. That's just dodgy. So we're going to change the flags on the headers. Yep. And in case you're wondering, no, it's not a regulation or a bought, I should say, bought flagpole. It's just one that I made up last year. You got the just bolted it onto there. Just put some 2 washers to hopefully let it slide around, which it does most of the time. Sometimes it gets caught up like that, but yeah, let's put a nice new flag on. Poor boxing kangaroo. Oh, look at that. Much better. Actually, I think this might be bigger, which wasn't intended. Well, I don't know how long the other one was, but that's quite a big flag. Yeah. I think that's bigger. Oh well. Look at that, it lives again. Onto Henry's header, but that looks much better than this tattered rag now. Yeah, I think they are the same size because this one is quite long.
Okay. Yeah, obviously lost quite a bit of.
Yeah. Gotta make sure I get it the right way up. And there we go. We got the Kiwi flag up as well. Ready to roll. Perfect. So both flags are up. Now when it does come time for Summers to get in the header, we will be changing the boxing kangaroo to the Union Jack. And the reason we got them up there is not only for, you know, team spirit and pride, but for the chaser bins to be able to determine which header is which. It's actually very useful to have flags on because they're the exact same header. Henry's is all sorted. Mine decided that it's got to do it again, so we'll run this again. So I'm not sure what's going on with my screen, but it's the update said it's done now, even though something went on anyway. So for some reason the guys didn't put this belt back on Henry's header when they did the service. So we're just going to chuck this on. We're then going to fire our headers up because we need to calibrate the terminators, and then we can just check to make sure everything's rolling and all the mice that might be living in there are now out. And then we'll probably hook onto some fronts and just get those fronts all sorted. Alright, we want to see if that's enough. Oh, just hold. Yep, don't want you to get hurt. Alright, let's try again. Yep, done. One important thing to do before starting the header up is lower the chopper. looks all pretty good in there, so we should be right to fire these things up, calibrate the terminators, and then we can hook onto some fronts and do the work that we need to do on the fronts. Time to fire this header up. Please press OK when engine speed at normal running speed and seed terminator engaged until complete. Right, here we go. Cool, right, terminator's done. I don't know what that beeping is though, I'm going to have to figure that out. Maybe it's that. We sorted the beeping out, that's good. Henry's having a look. All good. Right, let's do Henry's header. Not quite time to do Henry's. The terminator screen isn't turning on, so we've got to figure out what's going on. The light's not even on, is it? No. And the unit behind your seat, is that? Yeah, where is it?
They've put them in the way this year. I think it's underneath the cover here somewhere. Can't even see the fuses.
Henry's squeezing himself in to see if a fuse is blown that he can change.
So, found the issue. If you come over the seat.
Over the seat?
This is the control box for the seed terminator.
Yeah.
It was turned off.
Oh, really? Oh, look at that, your screen's on.
I don't know why that was turned off, but easy fix.
I love it when it's an easy fix. All right, I'll hop out and you can fire your header up. Yeah, you good? Good. Yep. Okay, so we've got to, on this header, we've got to change the bash plate. That's missing. And I think a couple knife guards might be loose. If it's not loose on this one, it's loose on Henry's. Now they are a flex front, and the guys took that to heart. As you can see, there's a few bends in there. That's going to happen though with all our rocks. So just basically we run them up just to make sure that the knife is clear, everything's running well. The main one they've had with the older augers, older fronts, is the auger tops. They stopped working, and it's because of this hydraulic block here. So we like to start them up beforehand so we know that everything's going to work. So especially because normally we go into canola first, we want to make sure we got that. Other than that, everything should be all good. It's just purely a run up, a test, and just to check, make sure everything's all good. You know, we've still got from now, I'd say about 5 days until we try and start harvest. So we've still got time to go and get parts if we need to replace anything. You're lucky it moves. Alright, we're now going to hook onto those fronts. The first hooking up of the fronts is always, first time of the year is always going to be, you know, good. We'll see how many times it takes me to line up, shall we? I'm going to say 1, I'm going to get perfect. Perfect. Told you I'd get it first go. See how Henry goes. Oh, he's had to reverse. I got it first shot, no pressure.
It's just on a slight angle, so got our best rear line.
Right, this header front's actually going to need a wash. There's bird poo all over it. I got it in too. It's the other thing we need to do these fronts. We need to calibrate them. Just get on as level ground as we can, and then calibrate the front and calibrate the feeder house just to make sure that everything's all good. The guys complained last year, even though we did calibrate them quite a few times, that it's cutting lower on the right than the left-hand side. It's because this doesn't have any jockey wheels. It goes off the hockey sticks that are on the ground there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So before we can fire this up, we need to put a bash plate on and just check to make sure that none of the knife guards are loose. They're loose on this one. Quick fix, but got to check these things. All of our fronts are all good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run it up and just make sure that the belts move, the reel moves, the auger moves, and everything's okay there. So everything's moving as it should. Let's increase our speed. And that's good. Everything's working. So now we'll go and calibrate these fronts, try and see if we can get them a bit more level. We're both on flat ground. Henry's just over there. Ready when you are. And he's going to walk me through how to do it.
Your way through it, or?
No. Well, I'm sure I could, but you know, I'm assuming you know where it's all at.
Yep, so go into your menu and go to calibrations and procedures. Then you select on the left header, and that's header calibration.
Reggie. Sure. Okay. Let's go start.
Oh yeah, and for some reason you have to have your header at high revs.
Yeah. Yeah, Reggie. Press and hold feeder house, tilt aft, switch or buttons to level header. Calibrate. So we're just going to go through this. Takes a bit of time. You've got to have the thing at high idle and yeah, make sure it all works. So I'm just going to put the camera down just so I make sure I do it right. The fronts are all calibrated. So I've just disconnected everything under there. Henry's greased the hockey sticks. Whilst I'm sitting here, I'm just going to do a moisture calibration as well, just so that that is all sorted. Moisture sensor calibration. I'm going to drop the fronts. We need to do some bolts underneath the header, and then we're going to check the grain loss monitors. Okay, I got it on in one. Let's see if I can get it off in one. Nope, I need to move that way about that much. So the headers are just turnkey, ready to go. We've got the grain cover doors to put on. So we've got one here, there's one around there, so that's those ones there. Then I've already done it on my machine, but we've got the clean grains and the tailings. It only takes a second. And then there's that one there. And then there's also two up there. And Henry's just finished off with doing the cover underneath there. And I just discovered that I didn't have the microphone on for all of the time that we were down underneath doing it. So that down there is that's a clean grains cover, and we just undo that so that it's easier for clean out, and then also we don't get mice living in the machines because there's no grain there for them to eat. Right, we've got our box of goodies down. So this is everything that came off the back of the headers when they put terminators on. Now with the new terminators, you don't need to do this. Like the new terminators, they're very minimal of what they do to the header. So we might look at upgrading them next year so we can go back to having a normal sort of header. But Henry is at the header school, and well, you want to tell them what?
Yeah, so at the moment our sieve loss monitors don't really work very well, just because of where they sit. So they have changed where they sit, and we essentially, if we can find it down there, we take the original bracket for the loss monitors and put them on the seed terminator panel. So we'll give that a go.
So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to try and find them in here. And we took our knives out last year because last year was our best ever crop, and we just couldn't process the material through the headers. It was too much. we're going too slow and it was taking us too long. This year's a drier year, and also it's going to be an average year for yield, so we're going to chuck the knives back in. So the problem with the knives with the Terminators is we have to have them basically the whole way in, so you're creating a lot more horsepower needed. So run them, or use them. Right, I'm going to put the camera down, we're going to find these things. You'll never guess, they were at the bottom. So what Henry's got there, that's what we're chasing. And we'll show you on the Terminators when we go over there what we're going to be changing. Right, so this here is our mag tray. So any nasties get caught on there. That there is our grain loss sensor. Now, Henry's grabbing one now. The idea is that, well, we've got to drill some holes, but it'll go like that, and then where Henry's thumbs are, that's where the new plate will go, and we should get a better reading on our grain loss, because it was non-existent, wasn't it?
It was reading pretty much nothing.
Yeah, so we're going to do it just so we've got an idea. So that's the next challenge. Drill some holes, and I mean, drilling, it shouldn't be too hard, but we're going to have to get our arms in there somehow. How are you going to do a bolt?
Good question.
There's a drill in here.
Yes, there is.
Oh no, Henry.
I rounded it.
It's pretty good. We'll try. But no, that looks much better. You guys are actually going to get a decent reading now.
Yeah.
Well, we've got one in, so now we're going to do 3 more. So it's a fair bit of work, but that header will definitely be happening on Monday. It's currently Friday for us. So yeah, we'll probably leave the video there, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one, where we will be getting damn near close to starting harvest, which will be very exciting.